Very good morning, member gathered here. Today we are going to discuss about amalgamation, absorption, and the external reconstruction of companies in corporate accounting. Before going to discuss the topic of amalgamation, absorption, or reconstruction, first of all we have to think that why we have to make amalgamation of companies, absorption of companies, and external reconstruction of companies. That should be, we have to raise the question. In the modern commercial world, which is dominated by multinational corporations, size is considered an advantage. Economies of scale, economies of scale, and globalization of trade and industry have inevitably given impetus for business combinations in the form of mergers, acquisition, and reorganization. Today, merger, acquisition, and reorganization is to be made for meeting the challenges of international trade. In particular, multinational corporations dominate the trade. So, takeover, both hostile and amicable, have become the order of the day. It is essential to understand the different forms of such takeovers, the legal position, and the accounting treatment. Here we have to see what is amalgamation. What is the meaning behind it? When two or more existing companies combine together to form a new company, it is amalgamation. For example, A is an existing company, B is an existing company, C is an existing company. There are three existing companies which are combined together and form a new company that is called as XYZ company. XYZ company, it is a new company, it is an amalgamated company. A company, it is an existing company. B company, it is an existing company. C company, all the A, B, and C existing companies are amalgamated or combined and form a new company that is XYZ company. It is an amalgamation. All the combining companies or existing companies are going to be liquidated. For example, in an example we quoted, A company is liquidated, B company is liquidated, and C company is liquidated. All the combining companies are going to be liquidated, and a new company is floated to take over the business. It is called as amalgamation. Another concept, absorption of companies. Absorption, that is, when one existing company take over the business of one or more existing companies, it is absorption. For example, X is an existing company. It is going to take over the companies A company and B company. A company is an existing company. B company is an existing company. X company is an existing company. X company take over the business of A company and B company. Here, it is an amalgamation. When one existing company, X is an existing company, take over the business of A company and B company, it is called as absorption. Here, the companies whose business is taken over are liquidated. For example, in the examples quoted here, S company is an existing company. It take over the business of A company and B company. Here, A company and B companies are going to be liquidated. Here, no new company is formed, but in amalgamation, a new company is formed. In absorption, no new company is formed. In amalgamation, all the existing companies are liquidated. In absorption, which company is going to take over, it is not going to be liquidated. Which companies are taken over, that companies are liquidated. And then reconstruction. Reconstruction, which means reorganization of the capital structure of a company. You know the capital structure and financial structure. Financial structure, it is nothing but the left hand side of the liability side, the left hand liability side of the balance sheet, which is called as a financial structure. For example, proprietor funds, long-term liabilities, current liabilities, which are called as the entire liability side of the balance sheet, which is called as a financial structure. Capital structure, it is a mix of different sources of long-term funds. Here, reconstruction means reorganization of the capital structure of a company. Capital structure, it is a very, very important. It is a mix of different sources of long-term funds. It may result in a reduction of claims of both the shareholders and creditor against the company. Reconstruction may be in the form of external or internal. Internal reconstruction, or it is otherwise called as capital protection. In an internal reconstruction, the capital of a company is reorganized to enable it to make a fresh beginning after eliminating accumulated losses. Generally, internal reconstruction is preferred by companies over external reconstruction due to the following reasons. Liquidation of the existing company and formation of new company involve a large number of legal formalities and are also expensive. Accumulated losses of the liquidating company cannot be set off against the profit of the newly formed company, though the shareholders may be the same. Thus, an important tax advantage is lost. The time span needed for external reconstruction is generally for more than that of internal reconstruction. These are the reasons for internal reconstruction can be made. Here another we have to see that accounting standard 14, which deals with accounting for amalgamation, which also includes absorption also. Accounting for amalgamation, that is accounting standard 14, which deals with accounting for amalgamation, which includes absorption also. Here we have to see what do you mean by transfer company and what do you mean by transfer company. Transfer company, which means the company which is amalgamated into another company. Transfer company, which means the company into which a transfer company is amalgamated. Here, for example, A company, B company, and C company is formed. Is an existing company which are combined together, and a new company, ABC company, is formed. Here, ABC company, a new company is formed. It is a transfer company. A company, B company, and C company, which are called as transfer company. Transfer company, which means a company which a transfer company is amalgamated. That is here for in an example quoted, ABC company is a new company. External reconstruction is a very, very important concept. We should understand what does it mean. When an existing company is liquidated and a new company is formed with same shareholders to take over its business, it is external reconstruction. For example, a company is an existing company which is liquidated for certain reasons. For example, continuous loss. Moreover, mostly SIG companies are going to be external reconstruction. A SIG company, a fertilizer company, it is a SIG company which is going to be liquidated. An existing company is liquidated. Here, new company is formed with same shareholders to take over its business. It is called as external reconstruction. Here, SIG companies with accumulated loss usually undergo such reconstruction. There are types of amalgamation. There are two types of amalgamation. One is amalgamation in the nature of merger. Another one is amalgamation in the nature of purchase. There are two types of amalgamation. Here we have to see that what is amalgamation in the nature of merger, which comes under which categories or comes under amalgamation in the nature of merger. Certain characteristics, certain criteria should be fulfilled in the amalgamation in the nature of merger. Number one is an amalgamation should be considered to be amalgamation in the nature of merger. It should satisfy the following conditions. Number one condition is all the assets and liabilities of the transferor company become, after amalgamation, the assets and liabilities of the transferring company. For example, A company, B company, C companies are all existing companies which are going to be amalgamated and combined, and a new company, ABC company, is formed. What is the assets and liabilities of A company will become the assets and liabilities of the new companies. Of all the combining companies, liabilities and assets are the assets and liabilities of the new company. That number one condition should be fulfilled. Another one is shareholders holding not less than 90% of the face value of the equity shares of the transferor company. That is other than equity shares already held therein immediately before the amalgamation by the transferor company or its subsidiaries. Transferor company become the equity shareholders of the transferring company by virtue of the amalgamation. Then another condition is that is not less than 90% of the shareholders will become the shareholders of the new company. That is the point here. Another one is the consideration, that is called as a purchase consideration, which should be given by the transferring company to the transferor company. That is given by the new company to the selling company, that is transferor company, that is existing companies. The consideration for the amalgamation received by those equity shareholders of the transferring company who agree to become the equity shareholders of the transferring company is discharged by the transferring company wholly by the issue of shares in the transferring company, except in cash that may be given in the proportional or fractional values. Another condition, the business of the transfer companies is the business of the transfer company is intended to be carried on after amalgamation by the transfer company. That is, existing company should be taken over by the new company. Another condition is no adjustment is intended to be made to the book values. There is no change in the value of book value. That should not be market value, should not be here. Or what is the value of book value of assets and liabilities will become the same value of assets and liability of the transferring company. And amalgamation in the nature of purchase, all the above conditions which are not fulfilled, it comes under the category of amalgamation in the nature of purchase. For example, all the assets and liabilities of the selling company may not be taken over. Less than 90% of the selling company shareholders may become the shareholders of the purchasing company. Consideration payable to the shareholders of selling company may be in the form of shares or cash or any other agreed form. Selling company's business may not be taken over in the future. Assets and liabilities taken over by the purchasing company may be book values or any changed values or market value in the discretion of the purchasing company. And then we have to see the purchase consideration. It is nothing but which is given by the transferring company or purchasing company to the selling company or the transferor company. Purchase consideration, it is nothing but consideration for the amalgamation, means the aggregate of shares and other securities issued and the payment made in the form of cash or other assets by the transferring company to the shareholders of the transferor company. There are, here we have to see what are the methods for computation of purchase consideration: lump sum method, net payment method, net asset method, intrinsic value. There are 4 important methods. The lump sum method, we have to see here what is the lump sum method. The purchase price to be paid to the shareholders may be mentioned in the agreement directly. When we form the agreements, the amount should be mentioned. The lump sum is to be taken as the purchase consideration, eliminating the need to compute it. And the net payment method, under next method, net payment method, here the agreement between the selling and purchasing company may be specified what is the exact amount payable to the shareholders, that is equity shareholders of the selling company, in the form of cash or shares or debentures in the purchasing company. And third one is net assets method. It is net assets method, that is here net assets equal to agreed value of assets and liable assets taken over minus agreed value of liabilities taken over. What is the remaining value, which is called as a net asset? That net asset taken over by the purchasing company, it is deemed as a purchasing consideration under the net asset method. The last method for calculation of purchase consideration is intrinsic value method, or it is otherwise called as shares exchange method. Under this method, the purchase consideration is ascertained on the basis of the ratio in which shares of the purchasing company are exchanged with those of the selling company. Intrinsic value is equal to assets available for equity shareholders divided by number of equity shares.